walking in the rain cleanses your aura. Trees absorb negative energy. Prayer works. The sun upgrades our DNA. We have been, I believe, lied to about what the sun does to us. Now, I'm a person who was raised in a natural family, and we didn't get slathered in sunscreen, and as adults, and especially as a fair-skinned person, I don't think it's a good idea to let yourself get burned, and I've been very careful. But I don't avoid the sun, and I've had lots and lots and lots of sun exposure, and I've never had problems. But think about the statement of the fact that the sun upgrades our DNA. Just the fact that we get vitamin D from the sun touch our skin. In fact, vitamin D is not even technically a vitamin. It's a steroid hormone that your body produces when it gets exposed to the sun. And it's so healthy to get exposed to the sun. Think about the way that you feel. And that should be your first clue that maybe this is something we need to pay attention to, is that the sun upgrades our DNA. I really love that. Now the next one is this, and this is fun. The moon strengthens our psychic abilities. There's always this thing about the new moon every month and the full moon and doing a parasite cleanse on the new moon. There is something about not just the sun, the moon, the alignment of the planets, the astrology, and the deep wisdom that comes from really learning the language of all that and studying that. But when we tune in to the magic of the moon and its cycles, it has the potential to increase our psychic abilities. Think about something that we might feel as a gut feeling. We get an intuition about something. And that has been beat out of us as modern human beings, is the ability we have as humans to tune in to our third eye, our gut instinct, the things that never lead us wrong. You might call that God source. You might call that being guided by a higher power. Whatever you want to call it. But there is power in tuning into the frequencies of the moon. And I know a lot of people, you might not know that, but I know a lot of people do know that. The next one I wrote, I love this. The universe is always listening. I really love the idea of quantum entanglement, where the things that we say, the words that we speak, they go out into the universe and they have meaning. If you put out positivity and you put out unconditional love, you put out joy and bliss and all of the things that have high vibrational frequency, then that goes out and has a ripple effect, just like throwing a pebble into a still pond. There are ripples that happen. The lifespan of an eagle is about 70 years. But when they reach about 40, so they have a very long lifespan, but when they reach about the age of 40, they have a very tough decision to make, because at 40, their beak is curved and blunt, their claws are no longer sharp, and their feathers are extremely thick. So it makes it very difficult for them to hunt, makes it difficult for them to fly, and at this point, an eagle has a choice. They can go somewhere and die, or they can take a very different path and extend their life, which is very difficult for them. So they can go up to the mountain, and they can, on the side of a rock, they'll break off their beak, and then a new, stronger beak will grow in. Once that happens, then they use their new beak, and they literally break off all of the old claws, and then their new claws grow in. And then with those new claws, they pull out all of the old thick feathers, and then brand new feathers grow in. It takes an eagle about 150 days to go through this difficult, painful process. But what happens after they have a new beak, they have new claws, they have brand new feathers, is they have a brand new, stronger, more resilient lean on life. They basically get the second half of their life, but they have to go through this very difficult process. If you find yourself in midlife, and let's say, okay, we have the same lifespan, hopefully longer than an eagle, at 70, but say at 40, we find ourselves in a position where we are not in the best shape of our life. We haven't sharpened our discipline skills, and our body is not as strong as it needs to be. And we, at that point, can make a decision. We can make a decision to do the really hard stuff that might take us. It might take us 150 days. That's a good chunk of a year. And what if you actually made a chart and you marked off on a calendar 150 days, and every day you did something really challenging that took discipline, that took maybe some willpower, whatever that might look like, and did the things that were really, truly tough. And at the end of 150 days, you have a brand new lease on life, because so many things change.